Excelsior, fellow Marvelers. If you're joining us right now, let me catch up Loki episode 4 for you. There have been huge revelations, and it's going to be awesome, Max, to see how this series is going to go on from this point on. Right now, Loki and Lady Loki, who prefers to be called Sylvie, are being taken up to see the timekeepers in the golden elevators by Ravonna. What had happened in the first scene was that Lady Loki had been picked up as a kid from Asgard by Ravonna, and she had escaped from Ravonna's grasp when she was getting processed by the TVA, and she has been causing mayhem and mischief all over the timeline, and that is why they have been after this variant of Loki for so long that when they caught hold of Tom Hiddleston's Loki, they asked him to help them find her. All right. In this episode, both of them were taken away from the annihilation of Lamentis, which was the climax of episode 3. If you haven't watched that, then either watch me watching it or go on to Disney Plus and watch that. All right, coming back to this episode of Loki, Mobius is dead. All right, he has been stick glowed or glow sticked by the TVA, and I feel kind of sure that that's the end of Owen Wilson's appearances in this series. It was pretty abrupt, and Lady Sif from the Thor series has made a cameo appearance just like she did in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All right, so we are resuming part 5 at the point at which the variants have convinced a few people, or just two people, in fact, of the TVA that they are really variants who have been captured and brainwashed and mind wiped by the timekeepers to work for the TVA. Now Ravonna is taking Loki and Sylvie up to see the timekeepers, and let's see the elevator doors are opening, and we are entering with them into a misted blue, vast empty space, which is where the timekeepers are floating. So Ravonna has delivered the variants to the timekeepers, and they are aliens, different aliens. I mean, you can't even say that they are of the same species because they look differently weird. They are definitely weird, but they are different from each other. All right. So Loki says that he has been killed before and they might just as well kill him again. He doesn't care. And so Sylvie and Loki are under the control of Ravonna, and they are being given a sort of a lecture by the timekeepers. And Hunter B15 has made an entrance. She has set Loki and Sylvie free of their collars, and because she had been shown her memories, her real memories from the time before she was a TVA timekeeper or a TVA Minuteman, she has been freed of the mind control. She doesn't work for the TVA anymore, and it seems that Lady Loki and Loki are going to come out on top. Of course, they're going to come out on top against these Minutemen, and it's going to be Ravonna versus Sylvie in a glow stick fight. And Loki has taken on two Minutemen. So this is going to go on for a bit, I'm pretty sure. And in the meantime, why don't you guys tap that subscribe button and add to my subscribe list for more Marvel, for more Star Wars, especially the Bad Batch that is going on right now, and lots more pop culture, lots more sports. I made predictions about the Euro 2020 and about the Copa America. So if you're into sports, you can check that out. If you love Manchester United, you can have a discussion with me. Okay. So even though they defeated the Minutemen, it's apparent that the timekeepers are nothing but robots. So there is someone or something that is behind the scenes of the timekeepers as well, and they are mindless androids. So let's see if Loki and Sylvie are going to figure out who is actually behind the TVA and who is trying to take control of the entire multiverse, the multiverse of madness. All right, so that was a huge disappointment. This episode has been awesome, Max, so far. And if you're just joining us, ask your questions. I'm going to catch you up about what happened in episode 4. So, Loki and Lady Loki were rescued by TVA. They came back and convinced B-15 and Mobius that they are not really TVA employees. They were variants themselves before the TVA or the timekeepers captured them and mind wiped them to make them work for them. And Loki and Lady Loki were taken up to see the timekeepers. Lady Loki actually swept off the head of one of the timekeepers, and they just laughed and powered down because they were just mindless androids being controlled by somebody else. So it seems that even an organization as powerful as the TVA, which can go through all of time and space and which plays around with infinity stones like they were paperweights, has been created by something else rather than the timekeepers. And oh my god, Loki has been evaporated by Ravonna Renslayer. So I think it's going to be apparent that people are going to come back from the dead, so to speak. So that was the end of episode 4 of Loki. I hope you had as much fun as I had watching it. And huge events have gone down in this episode. Great timing for the second half of this series to provide resolutions, up the ante, and now Sylvie or Lady Loki will have to figure out a way to bring back not just Loki, not just Mobius, but reset timelines and figure out a way how the multiverse is going to use the events of Loki to expand its scope. All right, the credits are rolling. For my Hindi commentary on the credits, which pokes a little bit of fun at Marvel and Loki, you can check out one of the videos I uploaded earlier today. And looking forward to making my 1-minute review. So make sure you watch that as well. Thank you so much for watching. And it was awesome, Max, to share some great MCU moments of episode 4 of Loki with all of you. Thank you so much. Namaste from Open Darbar. I am Aradhya Akshat, signing off.